Coming to you from Creekside Country Club in Salem, Oregon, it's Sunset in Salem, a daily recap of the 61st Annual NAIA Men's Golf Championships. Now here's your hosts from the Creekside Clubhouse, Mark Colachico and Barrett Henderson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sunset in Salem from Creekside Golf Club. My name's Mark Colachico. I'm alongside my partner, Barrett Henderson. Barrett, how you doing this evening?
Doing well, Mark. It's been a great first day here at the NAIA Men's Golf National Championships.
Been a kind of blustery day out there, a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind, but the players have really braved their way through. And we're going to go ahead and come back from this commercial. We're going to take a look at the team leaderboard, and we're going to interview the head coach from the University of Victoria, Brian Carberry, who are currently in the lead at this time.
Sigh.
Hey, ergonomic desk chair. Something wrong.
I'm useless, bed. With Red Lion's improved wireless internet, I never get sat on anymore. People just work on their laptops wherever they feel most comfortable.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't been emailed from in days.
Guilty.
Sigh.
Hey, ergonomic desk chair. Something wrong.
I'm useless, bed. With Red Lion's improved wireless internet, I never get sat on anymore. People just work on their laptops wherever they feel most comfortable.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't been emailed from in days.
Guilty.
Welcome back to Sunset in Salem. Again, my name is Mark Colachico, and I'm joined now by Coach Brian Carberry from the University of Victoria. Coach, how you doing?
We're doing good.
Tough day out there this afternoon. You guys were able to play in the afternoon. Fortunately, the rain came through, halted to play for a little bit, but you guys were able to get back out on the course. And how did the Vikes look out there?
Played really well. This is our home weather. This is the Pacific Northwest. We love it.
And as you said, you're being from Victoria, British Columbia. You're used to this type of rain, a little bit of wind. Some of the teams aren't. So as you look at the leaderboard, you got Victoria at the top, British Columbia in 2, joined by Oklahoma City and defending national champion Oklahoma Christian. So how do you feel after day one?
Real good. The boys played real well. We got a real talented team. They've stepped up in the spring season. Brought in a new recruit from the University of Texas, transferred over. Carson Callis made a huge difference with our team. We played real solid golf the whole spring. And
you've been to this course before. You were here for the fall preview. How's it changed from mid-October?
It actually is playing about exactly the same with this weather. It was the same, a little colder in October, but still playing. It was playing real tough. On Saturday, it was real docile, real quiet. Everybody looked and said, "Oh, we're going to shoot some real low scores." I said, "Just wait till the weather," and sure enough.
Definitely. Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking your time to be on with us on Sunset in Salem, and good luck the rest of the week.
Thanks very much. Appreciate having me on.
Thanks, no problem.
We were driving from Portland to California for a bike race when a tire went flat. We limped into Les Schwab, but it was closed for the night. Hoping for some good Les Schwab mojo, we began changing it ourselves. Just then, John appeared and reopened the store. He quickly assessed that all the tires were about to go and got us a new set so we could make the race. Super John deserves a medal for rescuing our road trip. I'm Kim Brown, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1950.
Welcome back once again, Sunset in Salem. My name is Mark Colachico, and now we're having a chance to look at the individual leaderboard after day one. We got Brandon Thompson from Morningstar sitting atop the leaderboard at 3 under. He's followed by Nathan Anderson from Texas Wesleyan, who shot a 2 under, as well as Nick Aishi from William Carey in Mississippi. He was also at 2 under. And then Viham Bogstrand from Oklahoma Christian at 1 under. and then a trio tied for 5th at even. Barrett, bit of excitement today. We had a couple hole-in-ones, which is a little rare on one day to have 2 hole-in-ones. You had a chance to talk to both of them. What did they have to say about it?
You know, we got that interview with both those guys coming up here in a second, but just an unbelievable first day. 2 holes-in-one on the first day. Unreal. And really, if you look at it, Brandon Thompson of Morningside, Iowa, 3 under, and he had to be pretty happy that he had the afternoon round compared to this morning when the uncharacteristic rain here in Salem was happening.
Well, let's go ahead and look at those interviews right now. They are the 2 hole-in-one recipients today.
How'd it feel?
It felt pretty good. I came off of a 3-putt bogey, and it was right dead on 175, a little downhill, kind of into the breeze. 175 went for 7-iron, pulled it, played a little 2-3 yard draw, bounced once in front of the hole, just rolled right in.
That's a tough hole. Do you think you could give tips on how to do that to somebody else?
Not really. I was just to the right yardage felt good. I had the right shot in my head, and right when I hit it, I knew it was good. I said, be good. I didn't expect it to go in, but it did. So just, if you ever think you're going to hit a hole-in-one, just make sure you have the right club and just be confident about it. You might do it.
And have a witness, right?
Exactly.
Now, was this your first hole-in-one?
It was my first hole-in-one.
Okay.
I've gotten close. I've been centimeters from having one, but I've never had one besides today.
Now, how do you feel about your overall round today?
It was pretty good. It was tough conditions. It could have been worse. The rain kind of your concentration was lost out there because of the rain. But overall, I need to go to the putting green, work on my putting. I had a couple 3 putts, but other than that, I think I played pretty good.
Perfect. Thank you, sir, and good luck the rest of this week.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Well, Morgan, first, tell me about the hole-in-one today. On hole-in-one today, that's the second hole-in-one on first day. Talk a little about the shot.
It was at 11, obviously. It was a 9-iron up the hill. It was a little knockdown 9-iron. Saw it actually go in, which was pretty nice. So, it was apparently pitched past and just sucked back in. So it was pretty exciting.
Now, is this hole-in-one number 1 in your career?
It is, yeah, first one. So it was nice to actually see it. So it was, it was pretty exciting. A couple of boys gave me a high five, which was nice. So. The rest of the round didn't go too flash, but it was all right.
Now, I know the weather hasn't been great, but talk about your experience so far at the National Championships.
Look, yeah, it's a beautiful course, so the weather is, it is what it is, and everyone has to play in it, so we've got to just keep fighting, and we'll be all right for the rest of the week.
And what would you like to see out of yourself the rest of the week? What do you like to work on?
Finish the round strong, and just shoot level par for the rest of the tournament. I think 76 today was an okay score, but just finished poorly. So need to finish strong for the rest of the week.
All right, thank you. Congratulations.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, man.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org.
Back here, sunset in Salem and Salem, Oregon at Creekside Golf Club. Barrett Henderson joined by Mark Colachico. Mark, as we mentioned, a great first day here at the National Championships. And really the host school, Corbin University, got off to a great start, but really the back nine seems to be hurting some teams today.
Definitely, Barrett, you're right. Corbin was out to a tie for third over the first few holes, but the back nine, it's one of the tougher parts of this course. You get back to about 12, 13, get into the par fives. They get a little bit longer. The wind picks up, throws a different direction as you get on 17. I heard from a couple kids that standing on the tee box on 17, wind's blowing left to right. You get beyond the water, and it's blowing in your face. So you have no clue what's going on. And 18, finishing hole, is just such a tough par 4. Back pin placement today, back left corner. You really, to hit a good drive off of there, and then you possibly have to lay up depending on your lie. And then it's just a tough downhill putt, green sloping from back to front. So balls are, a lot of people are trying to pull the ball back towards the pin. It's just not happening today. And that back nine is tough on a lot of kids, and a lot of the teams struggled with that. And you would hope tomorrow, if you started on the back nine, you would hope maybe you not to finish on the back nine. You would hope to start on the back nine and then be able to finish on the front nine. So it's just one of those cat and mouse games. You never know what you're going to get. And the weather plays such a factor here at Creekside.
Yeah, really tough course, and the weather did not help. We had wind gusts at 31 miles per hour today out here on the course, and looks like some of the final golfers are finishing up and the grounds crew headed out on some holes. Looking at day 2, Mark, talk a little bit about how the cuts are going to be made. We're going to have 3 full rounds for everybody, correct?
Yeah, Barrett, you are correct. We play all 157 players out here this year for the National Championship. They'll play today, tomorrow, and Thursday, full 18 holes on all 3 days, and then the cut happens. And the top 17 teams, we dwindle down to those after day 3, and then we go with the top 40 individuals, including those team players. So a couple of these guys who are part of teams that might be at the bottom of the leaderboard, if they're playing pretty well, they could make that cut, and they could be here playing on that final day with a shot at the OD Bounds Medalist Trophy.
Now, some of these teams that got to have the good weather, quote-unquote good weather this afternoon, they're going to have the morning round tomorrow, and that morning round from today will have the afternoon round tomorrow. Looking at some of these schools at the top, you look at British Columbia and Victoria of British Columbia as well. Do you think that the weather has really kind of played a part into it, and those 2 schools got to be used to this Pacific Northwest weather?
Definitely. I think that's the big thing right now. As you look at this leaderboard, British Columbia on top, Victoria right behind them, 1 stroke back, and then you've got Oklahoma City and Oklahoma Christian, the defending national champion. They're 2 strokes off the lead with William Woods. Johnson and Wales tied for 5th at 10 over. And I think you're right. The Canadian schools, they're used to playing in this weather. As we're talking right now, it's starting to drizzle a little bit. These Canadian schools have got to be licking their chops going, this is the weather we're used to. This is what we play in all year long. This is when we're going to shine. And some of these schools from the Midwest, they've been experiencing a heat wave. To come out here, this is probably feeling like winter to them. So it's a little bit easier for these Canadian schools to play. And, obviously it's a 4-day tournament. This isn't a 1-day event, so things can change, one day to the next, so we'll just have to wait and see.
And weather progressively is supposed to get better here in Salem tomorrow, a 50% chance of rain, but the wind not going to play as much of a factor. Friday we got 10% rain forecasted, so Friday looks like it's going to be a great day. If you make that final cut, it's going to be great weather for it. Mark, I'm really excited to see the battle between the rivals of Oklahoma City and Oklahoma Christian, and see what they can do kind of down the final stretch.
Yeah, definitely. You've got the defending national champions in Oklahoma Christian, and one thing that a lot of people probably have looked at how these teams made it, and one thing that surprised me a little bit was the fact that Oklahoma City, the number 1 ranked team in the country, they came in with a 29-stroke victory over Oklahoma Christian in the Sooner Athletic Conference tournament. And they combined on the last day, Barrett, for an unbelievable 16 under par as a team, which that's astronomical. I mean, you very rarely do you see a team click from player 4 all the way through player 5, and they threw out an even par as the score that didn't count. And I know a lot of teams that would take an even par as the counting score.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And some teams that really surprised me today, you mentioned William Woods, but right there also tied for 5th with William Woods. Johnson and Wales of Florida makes the long trip out here, and everyone's talking about the weather today. Johnson and Wales puts that behind him and comes out and shoots a 10 over.
Johnson and Wales have seen this course before. They were here for the NAIA Fall Preview back in the beginning of October, and they finished second behind Texas Wesleyan. So and as Coach Carberry said earlier, the weather's the same. Nothing has changed from then till now. The course is a little bit longer, rough's a little bit higher, but nothing's changed. So Johnson and Wales has been out here. They've seen this course. They played it 3 days in a row, and so they're ready to compete. And that doesn't surprise me, Barrett, that Johnson and Wales is near the top of the leaderboard after day one.
And looking at the updated individual standings here on golfstat.com, it looks like Nathan Anderson of Texas Wesleyan in first place right now at 2 under, and Wilhelm Boekstrand right there behind him at 1 under from Oklahoma Christian. But you still got Scott Secord out there from British Columbia now even, and he's still finishing up. So it's going to be great to see how the individual side plays out. And Colin Brennan right there, Johnson and Wales, tied with Darren Hupfer of Victoria, British Columbia. But really, really surprised with the score that Nathan Anderson put up today from Texas Wesleyan. He had a great round. Great round, and you're right. I mean, a 2 under par on this course, I'd take that any day, and especially in the weather that he played. He was part of the morning round, so it was a little bit wetter, a lot windier for them than it was in the afternoon round. Unfortunately, we did have a suspension of play right about 2:45 this afternoon. Fortunately, it was only about 15 minutes, so the players were able to finish up the holes that they were on. They didn't have to come off the golf course, which was good. But as you said, Nathan Anderson put together a great round of 70 on this par 72 course, and Wilhelm Boekstrand from Oklahoma Christian, again, the only 2 players really truly under par. But and you mentioned Scott Secord is still out on the course. Unfortunately, he's got to play that tough 16, 17, 18 stretch to end his round. Getting a little bit darker outside, but I don't think it'll affect him too much. But we'll have to wait and see. And as you said, golfstat.com is the place to go to find out final scores, and those should be posted later this evening. And looking at some other things going on here at the National Championships as we wrap this up tonight. Mark, they had a great opportunity, the participants in the tournament, to go to the Nike Center in Beaverton and talk a little bit about last night's activities. Great venue. Nike was just an amazing host for us. It's the first time I've ever been there, Barrett. I've never stepped onto the Nike World Headquarters, and to go into the Tiger Woods Center, really the mecca of golf up in the Pacific Northwest, along with Bandon Dunes down south. Just a great venue. The Cascade Collegiate Conference, Rob Cashel, our new commissioner, as well as Kristen Gillette from the NAIA National Office. Great job last night, as well as yourself doing a little bit of a team introduction. And then just Coach Bobby Cornett from Texas Wesleyan. What a great honor for him going into the Hall of Fame. And he was joined here. There was only 2 people that are in the Hall of Fame now that are currently coaching in this tournament. Ben Foster from Point Loma Nazarene, and now Coach Cornett, and then Steve Halsey from Southern Nazarene. He was inducted last week onto the women's side. So, just a great honor, just a great venue, as I said, and a great just overall experience for all the players. And Salem native Terry Frohmeyer also honored last night. It was a great evening, and Mark, another great thing here at the National Championships, Champions of Character. I know some of the teams were out and about in local elementary and middle schools today, so great all-around event here in Salem, Oregon. And Mark and I will be back tomorrow, same time here on NAIA.org for Sunset in Salem. And Mark, we've got a great crew here helping us out tonight. Definitely. We appreciate John Strow from New Tech, as well as Adam Fields, a Corbin University student, for being here tonight and just helping us put this show on. Hope everybody enjoys this Sunset in Salem, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same place, hopefully better weather.